Star Wars Day on this May 4th is their engagement-versary. Bryan, congratulations.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Thank you. And congratulations to Sarah King and Eddie. They celebrated 18 years over the weekend.
We did.
18. Look at you guys.
Our wedding anniversary is on the 3rd. Not as cool as May the 4th. But I
Be with
appreciate
you.
the sentiment.
May the 4th be with you always.
Thank you.
Did you... I know you intentionally booked it for that date because that's when Kate was going to be available. But were you trying to specifically set it up on Star Wars Day, or was that just kind of how it worked out for you on when Kate was going to be available for you to do it?
There were a couple of weekends in the wheelhouse.
Okay.
I had my choice between 2 or 3 of them. May 4th was available. We went with May 4th.
I remember that. You're like, I'm picking May 4th.
Uh-huh.
And then you went to her school because you wanted to do it in front of her adorable kids. That's not exactly what happened.
No,
It
when I
was
showed up at
much
noon.
darker.
Yeah, when I showed up at noon after traveling 635 miles back to Indiana,
Good times.
the vice principal, he said, no, sorry. I said, wait, I traveled all this way.
No doubt.
He said, well, it doesn't really serve an academic purpose, so I can't let you through. And I thought
He was joking.
honestly, in the moment, because my dad's a principal and my mom's school teacher, and I thought, that's
Not a thing.
pretty strict.
It's also not a thing.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to swallow this. So one of my best buddies, Troy, and he was taking pictures. We went over to the Chili's down the
I
street.
remember that too. Didn't you guys have margaritas or something?
I remember I couldn't even drink booze. I was drinking like an orange soda nervously.
Oh, man.
Could we get some chicken crispers? Just waiting for school to let out. And so when finally school let out, I went back to Noblesville, and I walk in and I see the vice principal, and I said, "Hi, I'm back. I'd like to do that proposal thing."
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, I got it. I'll go get her." And so I'm waiting in the office area. Okay, they've got me in a room, and I'm waiting for Kate to be ushered over for whatever reason they tell her she needs to be there. Well, when she walked in the room, she was crying.
That's not good.
And it turns out that the vice principal had gone over to her room and said that Kate was teaching the food classes at the time. He walks in with a security officer and tells her that one of her students had been cutting themselves.
Oh, my God.
And she needed to come down to the office because the parents were there with their lawyers.
With their lawyers. What is wrong with this man?
That's why she was crying. It's just me.
She thought she was about to get fired.
Well, then she just pissed at me because she thought that was my story.
No.
No, that was him.
I had nothing to do with it. And it makes me think of the other quote-unquote great ideas this man has probably had in his life.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Oh, my God.
Don't
That's
let
what you
Doug
said?
make any plans. Don't let him have any ideas. He's got this weird negative bend on the world.
Glad the vice principal, assistant principal, had Kate crying before you could even stick the landing on the proposal.
It all
Good
worked
times.
out. Makes for a great story.
I wonder if that was fun in his
I
in his
remember,
world.
maybe.
That's
I think
fun.
it was.
I remember you texting us in that moment that you were denied, and you were like, oh, my God, because you did not expect this. It was the expectations that you would be able to just go right into the school and do whatever.
Well, you're just so
Wasn't the
ready
case.
for the moment. As a guy, you picture the moment and you play it through your head like 1,000 times. And, all the pressure's on you. You want it to be perfect for your significant other. And so that moment when he shooed me away, I thought,
This isn't what I planned.
the reality I'd created for this moment is now not the reality. Now I gotta drink orange soda at Chili's for 2 hours and figure this out.
And then it got weirder. But then she said yes and everything was okay.
At that point, just seeing
And
her
now-
walk through the door, that's all I cared about.
Crying and weeping because of what he
Well,
said.
there was
What
that.
an idiot.
Hey,
Oh, there's
but now you
that.
have an all-time date on Star Wars Day. Anybody else have a unique engagement or unique date in your own relationship? 919-860-1015. With his engagement from a long time ago. We got Garland inspired by what Bryan just told us a second ago. So, Garland, what happened to you the day you got engaged?
It was actually Thanksgiving Day in 2003, and my husband, my boyfriend then, showed up at my apartment at the crack of dawn, and he was insisting on me wearing this long velvet evening gown that we had worn to a formal event, and he had just woken me up. I'm grouchy and grumpy, and he didn't want me to put any makeup on, any hair. He was like, wear that velvet dress that I like. I'm like, what? Then he drags me to the Raleigh Rose Garden, and he just leaves me there in the morning in the middle of the fog and the dew, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And he's gone. He's for a long time. He said, oh my gosh, I left my wallet in the car, so I'll be right back. And I'm waiting, and he had dropped me off right in front of the big fountain with the little cherub Cupid in the middle.
Right.
So all of a sudden, I don't know if you're familiar with the Raleigh Rose Garden. It's behind the Raleigh Little Theater, and there's these winding, huge, wooden staircase up the side of a giant hill. And he had exited the Raleigh Rose Garden in the back by the amphitheater, but then I hear all this clanking coming down the wooden staircase, and it's somebody dressed in a full suit of armor. And I was like, who is this nut? He better come back right now. And it turns out it was my nut. And he had rented an entire suit of armor, went and put it on, ran around the block to come down the steps. And he was like, forsooth, my maiden, I've come to rescue you, and had this whole little speech that he told me and proposed to me right there. And it was fabulous because there were just some random people in the morning walking through the park that witnessed this, and they didn't know what was going on. And this old guy comes up to us. My husband is wearing a suit of armor, and he literally says, I don't know if you got pockets in that thing or not, but I hope you have your wallet, because people's wallets have been getting broken. Their cars have been getting broken into from the park, so I hope you have your wallet. He didn't even ask, why are you wearing armor? What happened? And then this other old couple said, are you at the parade? Did you guys just come from the parade? Because they had the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh, my God.
Yes, and my husband wore that outfit. He wanted to drive it to both our parents. So he drove in it in his car, and a couple of people were honking down Hillsborough Street as he was wearing it. And I guess they thought he was part of the parade as well.
Oh, my God. What kind of car did he drive?
Oh, it was a white, I'm trying to...
Like a Corolla or something?
No, it was a white, Firebird or something. Like, you had to lay down to get into it.
Oh, my God.
Yes. It was like one of those cars that's really hard to get in and out of, especially for
fluffies.
fluffy.
Best story ever.
Yeah, just a modern-day steed.
Oh, my God.
For the knight in shining armor.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Well, we go to we used to go to Ren fairs, and the Princess Bride is huge to me, and so he wanted to do something really special, and it was
He
fantastic.
succeeded.
Yes, absolutely. I've been telling that story for over 20 years.
The fact
the best
that we've heard about a knight in shining armor forever, and you had this guy. Are you still married or engaged to this knight in shining armor, Garland?
Well, my husband unfortunately passed away from stage 4 lung cancer, but we were married for many years. We would have been married over 20 years if he had lived, but
I'm so sorry. We lost a good man when he left. That is an epic story.
It says a lot how he liked to
was
live life.
very romantic and amazing, and used to do fun things like that.
What was his name?
Wesley.
Wesley.
And tell me,
of
Wesley
course.
was buried in that armor.
No, he was buried in the funny part was he proposed to me in the Raleigh Rose Garden. We got married in the Raleigh Rose Garden, and he was buried in the white tux and tails that he wore when we were married in the Raleigh Rose
man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I really hope on whatever memorial you have for him, it says "as you wish." I mean, he's your Wesley.
You know what? Our anniversary is actually this month on May 27th, so I always go visit him or go to the Rose Garden, and what was so awesome that year in November in the Rose Garden, normally, the cold weather kills all the flowers.
Yeah.
We'd had like an unusually warm year that year, and it was just blooming and bursting everywhere, so it was gorgeous when he proposed. And it was like that when we got married 6 months later in May,
Wow.
and it was gorgeous, but it was super hot.
Garland, what a story to
That was
start this
epic.
Monday. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Amazing story and everything about your man Wesley. You have a lovely week, okay?
Thank you, and I love you guys. I like to listen to you and appreciate you and your fun stories, and thanks for letting me be a part of everything
Oh, man.
today.
Oh.
We love you.
Thank you so
Garland,
much
thank
for
you.
sharing that story, and we're all high-fiving Wesley, man. What a guy.
Bye, Garland.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Man,
What a
makes
great
me so
story.
happy that story can live on
I
for
agree.
everybody today.
The effort that man
was
said.
awesome.
Wait a second. And then he thought, I need to go get my armor outfit. It's just awesome
I
that he
used to
had
li-
that planned.
I used to live half a block from the Rose Garden for many years. Like the idea that I would have gone down there one morning and seen that happen is just the best.